PHP programming language. What is PHP? Scripting language PHP is intended for use in web development. Rasmus Lerdorf, a Danish-Canadian programmer, first developed it in 1993, and it was made public in 1995. The PHP group now creates the PHP reference implementation. Personal homepage was the first meaning of PHP, however it is now used to refer to the recursive initialism, hypertext preprocessor. PHP. A PHP interpreter, which can be implemented as a module, daemon, or common gateway interface (CGI) executable, typically processes PHP code on a web server. The output of PHP code that has been interpreted and performed on a web server could be any kind of data, including produced HTML or binary image data, and would make up all or a portion of an HTTP response. There are numerous web frameworks, online content management systems, and web template systems that can be used to organize or make the development of that answer easier. In addition, PHP may be used for a wide range of programming activities outside the context of the web, including the control of robotic drones and standalone graphical apps. Additionally, the command line can be used to execute PHP code directly. The Zend engine-based default PHP interpreter is free software distributed under the PHP license. Since PHP has been widely adapted, it can be used on the majority of web servers across many different platforms and operating systems. Without a defined formal specification or standard until 2014, the PHP language evolved with the initial implementation, serving as the de facto standard that subsequent implementations attempted to match. Since 2014, efforts have been made to formalize the PHP specification. According to W3Techs, PHP is utilized by 74.4% of all the websites whose server-side programming language we know as of October 2022. The most popular version of PHP is version 7.4. On December 6, 2021, version 7.3 support was discontinued. History and development. Rasmus Lerdorf built many common gateway interface (CGI) applications in C in 1993 to manage his own homepage. This was the beginning of PHP development. Personal Homepage Forms Interpreter, or PHP-5, is the name he gave the implementation he created to operate with web forms and interact with databases. You might create straightforward dynamic web applications with PHP-5. Lerdorf first announced a release of PHP-5 as Personal Homepage Tools, PHP Tools, version 1.0, on the Usenet discussion group comp.infosystems.www.authoring.cgi on June 8, 1995. This was done to speed up bug reporting and enhance the code. The fundamental features of PHP as it is used today were present in this release. This included variables resembling Perl, form handling, and HTML embedding capabilities. The syntax was similar to Perl's, but it was also less complex, more constrained, and inconsistent. Early versions of PHP weren't meant to be a brand new programming language. Instead, they developed naturally, as Lerdorf noted in hindsight. There was never any intention to create a programming language, therefore I'm not sure how to stop it. I just kept adding the next logical step because I have no idea how to develop a programming language, I just kept doing it. After months of labor and beta testing, a development team finally published PHP 2 in November 1997. The fact that PHP was not initially intended and instead evolved naturally has resulted in inconsistent function naming and parameter ordering. When PHP was wrapping lower-level libraries, the function names in certain cases were picked to match those libraries' names, while in some very early versions of PHP, the function's length names was chosen to enhance the dispersion of hash values because it was utilized internally as a hash function.